Hello, my beautiful students. How are you? Today we have English word lesson, Pupil book, Unit 7 and page 76. Today we are talking about a trip in a balloon, which is the reading or the story behind the Unit 7. It's talking about the trip that Dan and Nelly doing it with the family in a balloon. We have those words that we can read it and write it on our English copybook. Just you can write it one time. And about the story, it's talking about the trip. So you can read it by yourself. It's too easy. You just have to read and write the words so you learn the words quickly. And about the grammar of Unit 7, talking about how we use there is and there are. There is for a time when you want to talk about only one thing. And there are is for a time when we want to talk about more than one thing and point to that thing. Okay, so now we're gonna do the examples together and follow me to do it on the board together. Let's go. So, dear student, today we are talking about how we use there is and there are. And we have some examples to do it together. The first example is, say we have a bottle of milk. It's only one bottle. If you want to point to that bottle, which is one bottle, we have to use there is. Why? Because it's only one bottle. And for only one thing, we use there is. So we say there is milk in the bottle. Okay? So we used there is because it's only one bottle. Number 2, we have a picture and inside we have a bag. Inside the bag we have 2 breads. So it's more than one bread. So whenever you have more than one thing, we have to say or point to it by using there are. We say there are breads in the bag. There are breads in the bag, okay? Number 3, we have a picture of a piece of cheese on the plate, okay? It's only one piece of cheese, so we have to use there is, okay? There is. So we say there is cheese on the plate, okay? There is cheese on the plate. Did you get it? It's too easy. Whenever we have one thing, we use there is. And we have more than one thing, we use there are, okay? Number 4, we have a picture of 2 bananas inside a basket, okay? It's more than one banana, so we have to use there are, okay? So we use there are bananas. There are bananas in the basket, okay? There are bananas in the basket. Number 5. Number 5, we have 2 pieces of cake on a plate. So it's more than one piece, so we have to say there are. We have to say there are cakes. There are cakes on the plate. Okay? There are cake on the plate. So did you get it? Okay, the last example, we have a box. Inside the box, we can see 2 sandwiches. So it's more than one sandwich, so we have to say there are. We say there are sandwiches. There are sandwiches in the box. Okay? So until now, we learned about how we use there is and there are. If we want to talk about one thing, we use there is. And if you want to talk about more than one thing, you use there are. Okay? Now, let's this time use there is and there are by making question. Okay? First thing, if you want to make a question by use there is and there are, you have to say is there or are there. So the first step is like that. You have to make the question by using is there or are there. So we have 8 examples and 8 pictures. Under each picture, it's writing a word. That word you're gonna use it inside the sentence. The first picture we can see there's a picture of a jug, and the jug is full of milk. Because it's only one jug, so we have to ask by is there. So we say, is there milk in the jug? Is there milk in the jug? Because there's only one jug, and the jug is full of milk, so the answer will be yes, there is. Yes, there is. Okay, so we use there is. Okay, we answer by yes, there is. Number 2, we have a picture of a basket, and it's writing under bread. So because it's talking about one piece of bread, so we have to say, is there bread in the basket? Is there bread in the basket? Because we have to talk about one piece, so we use is there. Because there is no bread in the basket, so the answer this time will be no, there is not. No, there is not, or there isn't. Okay? Did you get it? Okay. Also here there is, we can make it to a short term, we say there's, okay, like this way. Number 3, we have a picture of a cup, and under the picture is writing the word juice. So it means we have to ask about if there is a juice in the jug. So because it's only one, cup, because it's only one cup, so we say, is there juice in the cup? Is there juice in the cup? Because it's only one cup and we can see there's no juice, so the answer will be no, there is not. Okay? No, there is not. Okay? Until now we talked about 3 examples. Let's go for the other examples and do it together. Let's see if we use there is or there are. Number 4, we have a picture of a piece of cheese on a plate. It's only one piece and it's writing cheese. So we can say, asking by is there cheese on the plate? Because there's only one piece, so the answer will be yes, there is. Yes, there is. Okay? Number 5, we have a picture of banana inside a bag. It's all more than one banana, so we have to say are there. Because we are talking about more than one banana, we have to ask by are there bananas? Are there bananas in the bag? Are there bananas in the bag? Because we have bananas in the bag, so the answer will be yes, there are. Because we asked by are there, so we have to answer by there are. Okay? Number 6, we have a picture of a box which is empty, but under the box it's writing sandwiches. So because it's writing sandwich with ES, so we have to talk and ask by are there, because we are talking about more than one part of sandwich. So we say, are there sandwiches? Are there sandwiches in the box? Are there sandwiches in the box? Because we can see it's empty, so we say no, there are not. No, there are not. Okay? Or there aren't. Did you get it? It's easy. Number 7, we have a picture. 2 apple is on a plate and it's writing apples, so we have to ask by are there, because we have more than one apple. We say, are there apples on the plate? Are there apples on the plate? We say yes, there are, because we can see 2 apples is there, so we say yes, there are. Okay? The last example is say number 8. We have a picture of a basket. It's empty, but under the basket is writing cake. So we have to ask by are there, because it say cakes. We have more than one piece of cake. So we say, are there cakes? Are there cakes in the basket? Are there cake in the basket? This is the question. Because we asked by are there, so we have to answer by there are. But let's see if there's a cake inside the basket. There's not, and the basket is empty, so the answer will be no, there are not. Okay? So, dear student, our grammar for today talked about how we use there is and there are. We say if we want to talk or point to one thing, we say there is. And if we want to talk about more than one thing, we say there are. And also we use the there is and there are by making a question. If we want to make a question using there is, you have to say is there. Is there. And if you want to talk about or make a question for more than one thing, you say are there. Are there. Okay? Also, we have another subject to talk about, which is we have three words. We have to use it in our daily routine. We use it by using always, sometimes, and never. So we have always, sometimes, and never. Let's see how we use it or how we can put it inside a sentence and talk about it. For example, if I want to use always, for example, I say I always wash my hands. I always wash my hand, okay? If I want to use sometimes, I say I or yes, I sometimes sleep late. I sometimes sleep late, okay? If I want to use never, I say I never eat sweets, okay? So, if I want to talk about always, I say I always wash my hand. And for sometimes, I say I sometimes sleep late. And I never eat sweets. So we have three parts: always, sometimes, and never. And also we have a conversation between a boy and a girl talking about how we use always, sometimes, and never. So let's see it together.
So here's the conversation between the girl and the boy, which is the girl say, what have you got in your lunchbox? What have you got in your lunchbox? And the boy answers say, sandwiches. I always eat sandwiches for lunch. I always. Do you see? So he used I always. See, I always eat sandwiches. Okay. Also, the girl say I always, or they say I always eat sandwiches too. What else have you got in the lunchbox? And the boys say I've got an apple and banana. And the girls say I sometimes eat fruit. Today I've got crisps. Okay, so she say I sometimes eat fruit, so she used sometimes. And the boys say have you got a drink? The girls say yes, I've got milk. And the boys say oh, I never drink milk. I don't like it. So, and inside this conversation, they used always, sometimes, and never by talking about themselves. So, okay. So what I need from you is to read this conversation and do these parts and this conversation with one of your sister or brother or your friend, so you can see how you use always, sometimes, and never. So, dear student, our lesson for today will be end. So I want from you to study very well and listen to the video and do the examples with me on your book. Also write the words that you have to write it inside your copybook. Okay, so here I will say goodbye.